Oh shit, we're back at it again, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. We're doing it on August the 27th, 2023. Sip to the gang. Wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, or the West Coast over there in BC, somewhere in the middle, Saskatchewan, Alberta, up north, and the Northwest Territories, Yukon. Moving down south to the United States as per usual. What's going on? New York, LA, Texas, and all the other 50 of you, 50 states you got. I don't know all of them, but you know, it's fucking good everywhere, wherever you're tuning in from. Or it's further down south in Mexico. ¿Cómo estás? Cinco de Mayo and such. Further down south in South Americas, and Peru and Brazil and Argentina. What's up with Argentina? Did some of the Nazis end up going there at one point? Maybe. Who knows? They definitely did. They definitely did. But what happened to, you know, we won't get into that today, but what's going on? Over there in Africa, Wagwan. Asia? Hell yeah. Europe? You know what it is. Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Caribbean Islands, anywhere in the North Pole, South Pole, underwater people. Hello to the Loch Ness Monster. Ooh, is there a Loch Ness Monster out there? Ooh. What's that in the water? Nessie? It's Nessie. Let's go hunting for the Loch Ness Monster together. I'm not talking about what's in your pants there, fella. To all my limp fellas, the silent majority, the ones that hold it down literally for 99% of the time. What's up? To all the slippery when wet ones, the ladies with the labias and the clitori. Hello. Hope you're all doing well wherever you're tuning in from. If it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram, on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. You sexy whores and bastards out there, you sexy sons and daughters of subscribe. Why? Because it helps you from, you want to avoid getting fucking cancer? Then fucking subscribe. But we don't guarantee anything, because like, you know, but our guarantee is that we don't guarantee nothing around here. But also, fucking subscribe. It wouldn't hurt you to subscribe. As a matter of fact, it would benefit you. Because you can go down to the office and show it to other people, and they too can subscribe. And then, oh, what? School season's back? Fucking subscribe. You just quit your job? Subscribe. The robots are taking over, and we'll get into that towards the end of the conversation. To fucking subscribe if you like. And if you don't, subscribe anyway. To fucking rebel. You rebellious bastards out there. Oh, nothing holds you down. Nothing keeps you up. Except uppers. Nothing, you know. Do it. To stick it to somebody. And then you're like, financially, I like to rebel financially. Oh, I'm the type that rebels financially. Patreon.com/RobSadry for all the fiscally rebellious motherfuckers out there. You can donate as much as you like to see the show grow right before your eyes. As low as whatever you like, $1, or as crazy as a fucking baller gets, $1 million, dude. You could just go in there and slip in a cool $1 million. Because what's $1 million to you, you rich, beautiful Saudi prince? And I get it. You beautiful Chinese businessman who goes missing for several months at a time and then reappears with differing opinions on all sorts of matters. No opinions for you, but nonetheless, money to splurge. You oil tycoon, you drilling that fucking Mother Earth with some large drilling devices, and you got lots of money to splurge. Do it. Rebel. But also, like, you know, have fun out there drilling with all the other men who drill for oil and get that black gold all over your skin, and your skin is like, oh, it's 7:30 and the sun's setting, and we're all looking all sorts of sexy and hot, and there's a lady calling all the boys, oh, the whistle's going off, shift's over, two, come here, get your beers, boys. And she puts the beers right in front of her jugs, and because she's got huge tits, and she's, oh, it's crazy town. I'd like to work at a oil refinery at one point, if that's how it goes down. Work till 7:30 and then drink beer from a lady's tits. Hell yeah. What's going on, boys and girls, ladies and gents? I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I am taking it a day at a time. Baby boys, baby girls, taking it a day at a time. Thank you very much for whoever showed up at Yuck Yucks. Thank you for all the love and support. I had a ton of fun learning, growing 1 inch at a time, less than an inch at a time. It's been stagnant at 6 inches, but nonetheless, you know, we like to have that growth mindset around here. So taking it a day at a time, very grateful for a lot of things. Also looking, you know, hopefully there will be some positive changes in the coming near future as to where we're, you know, we're who are we? We are the traveling gypsies. We are the traveling people of the fucking, you know, where is home? Wherever the anchor sets. Where is home? Wherever you're currently paying rent at. Hopefully you've got a roof over your head, and I'm grateful for a ton of stuff. But nonetheless, I am looking forward to some changes. Hopefully in the next month or two. Fingers crossed, all goes well. God, I hope you're doing well out there too. But we've got a ton of stuff to talk about today. Let's have some fun. Dun 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 na 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 na. Professional newscasting. This is not a newscast, but it could be, but it's not. We do discuss everyday issues, whether it's personal or not personal. And here I dun 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 na na na, representing. Who do I represent? The people who have voices, the people who don't have voices, the people that ask for representation, not those fellas or ladies, but other people who don't need at least this guy's representation, but this guy shows up and says, let me represent you in court, and or not. But still, when no one asked for this guy's opinion, he still puts it out there. When everybody, all right, what are we talking about today? First case, Peterson versus the Ontario, the College of Psychology of Ontario. Is that what it is? I hope so. College of Psychology of Ontario. There's two ofs in there. It just makes it look confused. Why would you put two? College of Psychology of Ontario of Canada. That's 3 ofs. So you know where it is. Peterson versus College of Psychology of Ontario. It's brain stuff. Matters of the brain. Not the heart. Pure brain. A court adjourned. You're all dismissed. No, wait. Court. We got to begin first. We got to begin. Where's my gavel? It's in my pants. You get a gavel. You get it. Everybody gets. Check under your seats. Check up your assholes. Gavel City for everyone. Ladies, what's in that cooch? Gavels. Knock knock. Who's there? Judge Judy's there. She's in the United States. I don't think she's here. But nonetheless, Peterson versus College of Psychology of Ontario of Canada, of North America, of the world. 5 ofs. Hell yeah. Of the solar system. Of our galaxy, of our universe, of our multiverse, just so everybody knows what this college is and where it belongs to. Up in this bitch, that's where it belongs. Peterson versus College of Psychology of Ontario. What's going on, you ask? First of all, we're going to tackle this from all angles, as many angles as possible, because, again, probably no one knows what's going on. Okay, some people do know what's going on, but I recently found out I know everything I know very little. I don't know nothing, but I want to know more. The desire to want to know more. All right, Jordan Peterson, world-renowned wrestling champion. No, wait. Arm wrestling champion. No. I'm sure he's done some athletics when he was youthful. I'm sure he looks like a fella that may have ran. Maybe. Or played hockey at least. Maybe. Yes. Star hockey player turned star psychologist. That's right. So he's got books. He's helping people, making videos out of 12 Rules of Life, I think, is the name of one of his books. He's a Canadian intellect. the majority of Canadians hold him dear and near to their hearts. Jordan Peterson is in my heart right now. Keep it down there, Jordan, trying to represent here. Good man. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, yes, he's a doctorate. That's right, he's a doctorate, or he's got one. And he has on differing issues. He's got opinion, and he's vocal about it. And you've seen him online, and probably offline too, giving lectures, but then doing both online and all. You can find him online and offline. Right now, he could be online, or he could be offline. I don't even know where he is. Like, he's in my heart, but besides that, I don't know where he is. Point is, great doctor, from what I get. And that's the thing. Majority of Canadians with good common sense, with a good head and shoulders on their head and shoulders, with bodies, with limbs, some fully limbed up, some missing limbs nonetheless. If you've got a functioning brain, if you got ears, if you got a mouth, if you can listen and see and read maybe sometimes, then you might have heard of Jordan Peterson. Talk about everything, familial matters. Oh, how to help the youth, the men's and the women's. Overall does the good work. And sure, he's got opinions on many vast subjects, which I'm probably unaware of many of them, but nonetheless, I've heard him speak several times. Seems like he seems like he knows a thing or two about a thing. And it's good to have some people that know more than you and I know, because there's so many things out there. So it's just good to look at somebody and be like, yes, that's a nicely trimmed beard, sir. And also nice suits. And also it's just reassuring to have an older man. Yeah. It's nice to have an older male in your life when you don't have an older male in your, it's come to, be like, give you some, not personally advice, but like, just put some things into, like, make your bed and shit, which is like, been doing it, and other stuff too. So it's good to have that, because sometimes there are men and women out there without father figures, or mother figures. But we're not talking about mothers today. We'll talk about mothers another day. Every day is Mother Day. This is Mother's Days. It's good to have people out there with differing opinions, and it's good to have a doctor who's willing to put his everything on the line, put himself out. And yes, he's had opinions about stuff that I'm not fully aware of, but I got the gist, I think. You know what I mean? Gist city up in this bitch. What did he say a few times that maybe have, that didn't go with the status quo, that wasn't so compliant in the sense of, he's not gonna, where's the line? Fall back in line, Jordan. And he's like, I won't. And respects for that. For example, I think he called a fat model a fat model. Oh my God. Oh, crazy town. Used an adjective to describe a person who wasn't slim. Whoa, crazy. And he also has some opinions about, trans stuff. I don't know what he said exactly to whom he said it to, but nonetheless, he sounds like a very intellectual fella. He's definitely well-read and well-spoken. He's a smart fella. And overall, the trans stuff, everybody's gooch with it, unless you're a child. And I represent everybody. Some people. I represent Jordan Peterson today, and maybe I represent the College of Ontario of Psychology of Ontario of Canada of Psychology. Maybe I represent everybody. Maybe because we are all one after all, aren't we? We're all just the same links in the intestinal muscle. You could say we're the beginning and end of we're like the mouth and the anus. Where does it begin? Where does it end? Wait. What goes in must come out. Yes. We are all one. So, Jordan he's been helping a ton of people, obviously, I don't need to introduce him to you guys and gals out there, but he's had some opinions that may have, again, went against the counter narrative as to, because the counter narrative is that, public, I don't even know what it is, dude. I think like legacy media and like some, government elites wouldn't mind it if your kid's wiener got chopped off at the age of 5. They wouldn't have mind. They wouldn't care. Or they would care. They would care so much that they want your kids' penises off. They love your kids so much, they want to chop their penis off. That's how they care. Or they want to put them on hormones at a very early age. And somebody out there said, hey, pump the brakes there. There were no brakes. It's a metaphor. We're not on a train. This is a car. I'm in the middle of a random parking lot. But nonetheless, he's had some opinions. And then what happened? He did a ton of good, and he still does a ton of good. And he still does a lot of good, but sometimes he may have differing opinions, because that's what different people, it's good to have differing opinions. Because if everybody's like, chop off their penises, maybe it'd be nice to have somebody like, hey, maybe leave their penises on for at least till they're like, what, at a good age, like, and until they've stopped growing and like matured fully, so that they know what's going on with the consequences and repercussions, and the fact that you change your mind about stuff in your lifetime. Like, oh man, this tattoo's like really fucking cool when I'm 18, dude, and then like a year later, you're like, man, I should have thought about that a little more. But no regrets for this guy. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, ladies and gents, the College of Psychology of Ontario has come and said Jordan Peterson needs to undergo social media training. Oh, big brother, where art thou? Oh, big brother. Social media training for Jordan, that's what they recommend. And they're threatening him with guns, with knives, with grenades. They've hired ninja assassins. It's crazy, the power and the length of the arm of the College of Psychology Ontario. These guys are fucking resourceful. So they're threatening, and they're like, you're gonna have to go undergo training, arbitrary social media training, or else we're gonna unleash ninjas with ninja stars who make great sushi as well, so they can they'll get fed and then fucking serve you ninja stars, and they will come ninja star your ass and remove your license to practice, and basically forcing him into some forced arbitrary social media training, which is weird, because it's not weird, I guess, if you like your government, if you like your government bodies, like, whether it's in education, military, whatever realm you want to take a look, if you want it to be going towards the direction of, if you look at the world and you're like, man, I like a more hands-on approach from governmental bodies, because like the College of Psychology of Ontario is a governing body of psychologists here, Canada, in Ontario at least. And if you're like, man, I like us to be more like really, authoritarian regimes out there, like the CCP or North Korea or the Iran or whatever the hell. There's more out there. Whatever. You're like, yeah, those guys seem to be doing things well because they have a lot of rules and regulations, and if you don't follow them rules and regulations, you don't get to practice what you get to practice or something. Now here's the thing. I believe there are different arguments to be made. One, Jordan Peterson made comments off duty, which is the opposite of what? Exactly. On duty. Duty. Off duty. On duty. Off duty. He made duty. He made comments off duty. And he's like, I made comments off duty, but the College of Psychology of Ontario is like, hey, skirt there, sister. You don't get to become a College of Psychology of Ontario member psychologists and go and have opinions all offline and online and in your personal and private life and all that jazz. And that's where things get murky, son. That's when you experience HR at your work, and you can put up with it at work because work is work is work is work. But ever since HR culture got into work became lame because you used to be able to like joke around and have differing opinions. But all of a sudden there's fucking Susie and HR making everybody lame and not being able to like have opinions and talk unless it's like work related because we want you to be working all the time. And instead of having workers who can have fun and with differing opinions on differing topics and stuff, now you get to concentrate more on work and have your soul just retracted from your body so that you're just a shell of a human being, so that you're just working for the company and the company comes first and we must do everything in our power so that the company doesn't get sued. Thanks, HR. And if you enjoyed HR at work, this is HR stalking you at home. This is HR coming and saying while you're sitting on the can, you could be sitting on the can taking a shit. You could be sitting on the can jerking off. It'd be difficult to sit on the can and jerk off. It is difficult. I've done it. It is quite, not recently, but in a lifetime. 33 years old, going on 34. You think I've never sat on the can and tried to jerk off? Definitely have. It's not easy. Doable. Nothing is impossible. Brought to you by Adidas. Adidas. The best a man can ask for in sports gears. Adidas. All day I dream about sex. That's what it stands for, Adidas. At least that's what they told us when we were, like very little. Point is, ladies and gentlemen. Point is that HR's become like a fucking stalker of a boyfriend or a stalker of a girlfriend. You've broken up, it's been, or you know what, you drew boundaries. You're like, yeah, enough is enough. Enough is enough, and here he is outside your window still fucking, throwing rocks, holding up loudspeakers, trying to play music and telling you to do stuff, and threatening to revoke your license to practice, even though you're a good doctor. Perhaps one of the best doctors. One of the best doctors we've ever had. The most successful doctor, a good man. Books, internationally renowned. Rubs shoulders with famous people who also depend on him for advice. And that should be something. Where all the other doctors rubbing shoulders with famous people and writing books and going online and offline and helping people? Where are they? Nowhere to be seen. Okay, some can be seen here and there. But the point is, this is tricky territory because if they come after Jordan Peterson for social media training, this arbitrary social media, first of all, social media is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a tool so that people can get online and engage, and it was supposed to be, and that's the thing. It gets ultimately freedom. It's about freedom of speech is what it is. Freedom of speech, bitches, is for when you don't agree with people, but you still give them the freedom to speak their mind. That's what, because if you agree with people, then it's easy to be like, yeah, speak your mind. Oh man, we're all on the same page. We all got the same opinions. Freedom of speech, until somebody comes on and says something different. You're like, no freedom of speech for you, dude. Dun, 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 dun. Fuck, dude, this is like the most fucking professional court and sesh in history. Subscribe on YouTube. Help yourself, help your boy. Patreon.com/RobSaturday. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, if they come after Mr. Jordan Peterson, or let's not use real names. Let's resort to, for the sake of maintaining anonymity. Pete Jordanson. Dr. Pete Jordanson, if he's going to be attacked like this, what does that say about you out there? What does that say about me out in here? What does that say about all of us out here and out there? Overall, what does that say about the regular people voicing their opinions? Do you have opinions that you can't voice at work but are at least free to do so outside of work, whether it's online and offline. You're like, no, man, that ship is already sailing. I can't speak my mind offline, online, offline. Because if I do and my boss gets a glimpse of it, oh, there goes my job. There goes my whatever. There goes my promotion. So it's crazy how we're living in this world of, it's a paradoxical world, because we're asking for transparency moving into the future. More transparency. People say, put Neuralink in your brain so I can know your intentions and know what the fuck you're thinking, fella. But also, hey, what's with all these thoughts you're having there, fella? Arrest that man. Give him social media training. Or just social training. Because that's the thing. Maybe you're not online. Maybe you're not even online, dude. They could come at you at if this is a slippery slope. It's a wet slope. I've seen wet slopes. I've seen the slipperiest and the wettest of wet slopes that people, you're at the top and you see a couple of tits flying down. It's Mardi Gras, or he's getting beat. Slippery slope city. Tits in the air until no tits in the air, dude. Until no tits in the air, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of this court. Until no tits. Gasps, questions, eyebrow raises in the crowd. Oh my. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that it's crazy town. And again, this is a well-known doctorate that we're talking about. What does that say about you? What does that say about me? What does that say about freedom of speech in Canada overall? You know what I'm saying? Can't use adjectives no more, can't have opinions. And they're saying, yeah, as a professional, you're professional. Because if you're a professional practicing professionalism, your opinion has impact on people. When you're not being a professional, you're just off duty. There should clearly be a, I don't even know what there should be like, a differentiation between the two. When you're on hours and you're off hours, just, when you're sitting at home, you might be a professional from 9 to 5, but after 5, maybe you want to get lit, maybe you want to crack open a cold one, maybe you want to have different opinions on shit. You should be able to do so. Dun, 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 dun. And that's the thing. This sends a message that we just want compliance. You gotta fall in line. Because we've had a ton of doctors come on legacy media throughout the pandy that we just had, which will skirt, slowly talk about it making probably a comeback and starting to smile, what abs? You know what I mean? All the harm that these fellas and ladies did, the ones that took all the monies from the pharmaceutical companies and got on legacy media, hey, we advise, highly recommend, get a jabberoo, get fucking 12 jabberoos. Close down all the businesses, all the repercussions from all those scientists. Those guys, nobody's, Now, I'm not saying go after, this is how they fuck with us, man. Because the ones that should be getting social media training aren't getting social media training, or at least the ones that, that's the thing. Doctors should all have opinions, but opinions are just opinions. And that's what they should be. There shouldn't be mandates. That's what it should. That's how we reverse them getting us. Because we're all them. We're all it. So many things to talk about. The point is, yeah, man, you should have opinions, but don't force it on people. And it's funny how people got online and offline and forced people to do certain things that had heavy repercussions. Suicide rates went up. Businesses got lost. Children are now more retarded than they've ever been before. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to speak properly. Have you seen them kids out there? Just fucking emoji city and virtual reality all day, every day. God. Excuse me. So the point is, either keep that same energy, which I don't like, because that again, that will lead us more to like a big brother state where they're watching and listening, which already exists to a large degree. But nonetheless, at least we gotta be able to be like, have conversations. Because who are these arbitrary social media trainers? And what is enough? Let's say he goes under one sesh. Is one sesh good enough? What if he comes out and has other opinions? Does he need another sesh? Are you just dangling this little piece of paper in front of him and he's worked so hard for it, and you're like, oh, you can't have this piece of paper, the doctorate, because we're going to come and remove your doctorate? Are you threatening him? Well, to that I say, as a professional who represents people who don't ask for representation, Jordan, Canada's with you. You don't need a lawyer. You can probably represent yourself. But if you need a lawyer without a license, I'm like, think of Doctors Without Borders. I'm not a lawyer, but I can play one. Dun 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 dun. Gavel, 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 gavel. That's how I take out the gavel. Throw gavels, dude. So if you need representation, know that your boys got your back. That Canada stands firmly and strongly with you. Sure, sometimes in confined spaces, but nonetheless. Sure, we might not be standing up. Yes, we might be sitting down, but nonetheless, we're with you, Jordan. Don't panic. Canada loves you. And you know what? And this actually sucks for the College of Ontario, Psychology of Ontario candidates, because that says you don't stand with your employees, dude. That says you puss. That says you want people to just be fucking... I'm not saying like if somebody does like genuine harm, but we're talking about language here. We're talking about a person with opinion. We're not talking about somebody going out there and like, you know, seeing a fat person and then taking a blowtorch trying to like melt their fat. This is just a person saying, hey, I don't find this fat model that beautiful. And it's in the eye of the beholder is what they say or something. So he's not into fat bitches. You know who is? This dude right here. Really, all like no type. Any clit over this nose, rub it all over my face. But that's just this guy. But everyone can change. Maybe one day I'll grow up to have standards. Maybe today's the day, and we'll get into that as well. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's switch gears. Court dismissed. Gavel, 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 gavel. Bible, gavel. They have a Bible in court, right? Yeah, you got to put your hand on a Bible, right? Yes. In this court, yes. Bible, gavel, gavel, Bible, gavel. Court adjourned. Dismissed. Order in the court, bitch. Order in the court, man. Can somebody order a court? Did somebody order a court? Ding dong, bell, who's there? Knock knock. Oh, what's this? Did somebody order a court? Ladies and gents, boys and girls, the Wagner leader Yevgeny Prigozhin dead, allegedly dead. Allegedly downplaying. Allegedly downplaying. No, downplaying for realsies, but allegedly dead. Or is he? Or is he just like, you know, living life like fucking Elvis? Killing it. Selling millions of merch when he's dead. Or is it like Tupac? But also I've heard like Tupac's for realsies dead, which fucking saddens me deeply. But I still choose to believe he's not dead. Maybe they just said that, so I'm like, oh no, but he's alive in Cuba, man. Fucking Cuba, dude. Thug life, baby. Fucking, it's not enough space, but you know, fucking, whatever, you get it. Point is, maybe he's like, I've given two examples. Maybe he's like Elvis, and maybe he's like Tupac right now. Maybe he's allegedly dead. Maybe he's because guess what you don't see? Guess what happens in show business and media and movie lines and series and television and long-lasting television series and shows. When somebody dies, you always have to stop and skirt. Did I see a dead body? Did you see a dead body? No body, no die. No body, no die. Nobody, no die. That's what I says, fam. I think, allegedly, dude, no body, no die. That's what I say. I say he has probably gotten some fucking, maybe he got a nose job. Maybe that wasn't even his real nose to begin with. Maybe his ears and nose were the fake nose is in the public view, and now he's taken off the fucking Mr. Potato Head nose and ears, and now he's just this random farmer in the middle of Russia who's got a special set of skills when it comes to fucking military artillery and tactics. To this guy's just fucking like plowing like fields of potatoes and also like advising all the other fucking farmers on how to like use rifles and shit, and is organizing like groups of men in hundreds and really like just fucking squat city, push-ups, wrestle a bear, slap fighting, dipping in ice, grab a fish with your mouth, wrestle a bear in water, take the bear underwater, release the bear. You know, posters of Khabib Nurmagomedov on their walls. That's the name I was looking for. His last name is hard. Khabib from the UFC. Posters of him, because I would assume they'd look up to him, as many do because he's a good fella. Point is, allegedly, because no body. That's right, I said it, and many of you guys said it too. Because that'd be. Because he might be dead. He might be dead too. He might be dead. He might be totally dead. He might be the most dead. He might be the most dead right now. And I guess there's an opening for if you are out there looking for it, because like job markets are whatevs, dude. If you're like, man, you know, do I work a regular 9 to 5 or become a head of a mercenary group? You know, there are options out there. I'm just saying, apply. Competition is rough out there, but I believe in you. I believe in you. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, let's skirt. What else is going on? Fucking, you've been hearing too. Reuse, rinse, reuse, recycle. We made a ton of money. Listen, on vaccinations, on experimental drugs, and we had a really good run for like 2-3 years. We had a really good run. We took a little break, and we decided to run it back because there's just so much money on the line. There's literally so much money on the line, you guys. There's a new variants. You know, it's as real as the first ones. It's as real as the first ones. So yeah, there's just a ton of money to be made. And it's a great way because it's, you know, overall, we accumulated a ton of debt. Economy's no bueno for the most part. So it's just good to, you know, people are going to be going on all sorts of different strikes, whether it's Hollywood workers, writers going on, or whether it's metro grocery store workers here in Canada, right here, actually, right in this plaza right behind me right now, going on strike because, ironically, grocery workers can't afford to buy food in Canada right now because expensive. But you know what solves all that? Mask it up and jab it up, baby. Mask it up and jab it up. That shit is probably on the horizon. Unless we say skirt, sister. Skirt, mister. Skirt. How do we do this? By saying preemptive no-nos. No. Preemptively. No. Thanks. No thanks. No jabs for this guy. Never got a jab to begin with. Never, not one. Pure blood right here, dude. Pure blood. Except for the little stint of steroids back when I was roughly 20 years old. But asides that, pure blood. So, dude, fucking, you know what it is. Only I choose what I put in my bodies, dog. Hell yeah. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, there's just a ton of money to be made. And if you want to make a ton of money, start becoming more like JT, our prime minister. Start, you know, going down on Klaus Schwab, dude. Maybe it'll be beneficial for you. Unless unless we take this opportunity, from Hollywood writers to Metro grocery store workers and all other workers in the world, unless we decide to unite. Workers of the world, unite in a non-communist manner. No, we don't want everybody getting equal pay. We want everybody in their sector getting more pay. At least fucking make it up with, match the rate of inflation. Workers of the world, unite. A few items that we like to workers of the world uniting in a non-communist manner, because fucking communism sucks donkey dick, dude. We all know what happened during history and all that stuff with the Stalins and the Maos and all the Maos and the Stalin, hundreds of millions of people go, oh, I'm starving, I'm so hungry. Equally hungry, your neighbor's equally hungry. Take pride in that. We're all a bunch of like that. So no, workers of the, it is a good slogan though. You got to give it to them. They had a good fucking slogan. Workers of the world unite. People of the world who are everybody really is working. So people all around the world really unite. What are we uniting against? For 1, getting rid of renting. Make entrance to the marketplace for owning property easier, because that's opposite of fucking communism. If you own property, you can't be a commie, dude. So make it easy to get people inside the market. Abolish renting. Because imagine you look back at the past 10 years of your life and you're like, man, I spent like over $100,000 on rent, and God, if I only had a little bit of something, whether it be rich parents or a little fucking down payment to put towards a property, I would have been a homeowner and not living. I could still be living this beautiful gypsy life, but nonetheless, it's nice to know you have at least a little square footage to call your own and go back to if sometimes things don't go according to plan, right? So workers of the world unite, and again, in a non-communist manner, for higher wages in different sectors. Not everybody making this up, but different, at least match the rate of inflation. And also workers of the world unite to stop asking for student loan repayment plans unless you're making at least $100,000. Is that fair? Is that fair? Subscribe on YouTube. Check out patreon.com/RobSadry. God. At least $100,000 or more, you don't get bothered with student loan payments. And then that's the thing, most people want to pay them back too. It's just that when you're not making as much as you'd like to down the line, you will, of course. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like good to talk about different things. Ladies and gentlemen, the point is that we from Hollywood writers to grocery workers, to grocery store workers, to everyday folks. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to afford shit? Yeah, that's what I thought. What else is going on, man? Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that there is OnlyFans owner, forget his name. Completely forget his name, right? Irrelevant. OnlyFans owner is making bank $1.3 million a day, which I read and I thought to myself, man, this guy's probably the most one of, if not the most successful pimps of all time. And from another, pimp to pimp, player to player, to hoe to bitch to bitch, to fucking get you know what it is? Fucking that's. You gotta pay respects and like dues when they're respected and do. Cause like this guy came in and saw the pimping business and home business, and he's like, I'm gonna take all your hoes. And he did it. He took everyone, literally a good portion of everyone's hoes. He took male, female, people doing stuff to themselves that are mostly probably happy about it. Some are probably also having questions as whether or not this was the best decision. Nonetheless, he's making bank. It doesn't matter how people feel. He's making bank. And that is admirable. And I thought to myself, look, how did he become successful? Oh, just another player out there playing the game, player. He said, I'm going to pimp, but I'm going to also pay my bitches really well. Like, keep 80% of your pay or something is what I read. And guess what? A good portion of those bitches are also making good money. Not all, probably, but a good portion probably are. And if I had an ass and a tit, dudes, ladies, I think deep down inside, I honestly believe God knew something about me. And if I were a female, I would have been squirting on everything. everything. Everything, literally. So, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Because I don't think that would have been a pretty sight for anyone. In terms of like longevity, initially I probably wouldn't have cared, you know what I mean? But like, ass and a tit and a clit, dude, it would have been night for y'alls. But luckily, here I am with a regular 6-inch cock. Which brings me to my next point, which is moving forward. Rich sluts only. Rich sluts only for this guy, because this guy's a slut. I don't even mean that in a bad thing. As you put your twist on. I just, I like a free spirit. That's what they call us. A free-spirited fella or lady. She's a free spirit and he's a free spirit. We're all a bunch of free spirits up in this bitch. Point is, rich sluts. And I need ladies who are filthy rich to start, giving back more. And because, like, fellas with money fucking go out there and, like, sugar poppy that shit. No problemo. Ladies need to take a note from that book. Quit holding on to all that cash all fucking nice and tight like it's your pet baby. Like it's because you didn't have a baby, but you have a pet, but you really enjoy that pet and you spend thousands of hundreds of millions of dollars on that baby pet. So the point is, are you a filthy rich Asian lady? Is your husband making deals in all sorts of places and is probably having a lot of mistresses? Isn't it time that you had fun? Patreon.com/RobSadri. I'm not saying anything, but I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying anything. If you happen to get into those DMs, Saudi princess, Nigerian princess, with that, you happen to be amongst the few who's taken advantage of all the cobalt and coltan mines, Sure, people are suffering. Yes, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, and the good thing, the benefit of this guy out there, guess what? 6-inch dick. You know what's gonna happen after we go for whatevs? After we do whatevs and we don't do whatevs? You can still attend Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays Pilates, yoga, and whatever else fitness class that you sign up for that you sometimes occasionally show up for on Sundays as well, because you got to keep that body fucking toned. It's looking tight, mommy. It's looking tight. You can still attend those. Because, yeah, if you go with bigger, you still attend, but, like, you're going to be walking different. And this guy, slim fellas, put in the work. Because we know we're only, there's only so much I can work with. But guess what? Look at these giant fucking hands. When my grandpa as a baby used to hold me up in his little arms, in his large arms, his little grandson in his large arms used to look at my fists and say, no one's going to be able to take his fists. He said that. He literally said that. He looked at me and he said that. Or at least I heard him. He said that. He said that to my parents, who then retold the story to me. He's like, nobody's going to be able to take his fists. I think deep down inside, my grandpa wanted me to be a fighter, like a boxer. But, half a fag over here, so I don't want to even hurt a fly. Point is, I think it, like, manifested in reality as no one's going to be able to take his fists. Like, I do a lot of handwork. That's how I make up for the lack of, like, the size, It's not even lag. It's nice. It's just fucking porn, dog. It's porn. It stores your memories. It stores your fucking visual frame of mind and like what you think is like, oh, standard. Oh, I gotta have 7-8 inches and it's got a jizzle. I just very minimal. The most minimal. I'm a minimalist when it comes to jizz. And guess what? Easy to clean up, ladies. Rich slut ladies. Hell yeah, dude. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, boys and girls. Ladies and gents. And also, another man of color gets his mugshot taken. Ain't that a bitch? Another brother from another mother, sister, and father gets his mugshot taken. And guess what? Mugshots are cool. And guess what? Trump is now the only president, I believe. I don't know I don't know everything. There might have been other ones. I don't know. You double check. You check. This is a podcast. This is a comedy pod. You check it. Maybe there have been other presidents who had mugshots. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, he's the only one and the first one to get a Liddy mugshot. And it looks fucking dope. So mugshots are cool. President Trump, 45, gets a mugshot. Logically, ergo, coolest president ever. Y'all did it. I don't even care if you're left, right, center. Personally, I don't belong to anywhere. I'm, again, fucking pariah of a man with nothing and no man's land in all the senses. All right? Just a man trying to belong and be a part of a community where we drink maple syrup and bleed red like normal human beings, but sometimes the viscosity of our blood resembles the viscosity of the fucking maple syrup that's in our fucking throat. Gobble, gobble. The point is, let us not get emotional. Let us stay cool, calm, and collected. Probably legitimately the coolest president ever. Again, this guy, not left, not right, hovering somewhere in the middle, somewhere, just, you know, saying like, oh, I'm in the middle here. Hi. With things. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I think it looks cool. I like it. Things can only go up from here. For everyone, for all of us. For all of us. Except if you're a whale in Marineland in Canada and you've been in Marineland since 2019, man. 14 of you are dead now, man. 14 whales in Marineland, Canada. Skirt. Next subject. Dead. Dead. And unlike Prigozhin, Yevgenia, we saw the bodies. Like, not personally, but somebody did. And they're big bodies, and you can't miss that shit. That's my fucking impression of a seal. Just fucking turning tricks for a little tuna. That's what y'all did to them beautiful, intelligent animals. 14 of them since 2019 have died. Are you intentionally killing these motherfuckers? Or like, what is going on, Marineland? What is going on, Marineland? Seriously, what the fuck is going on? 14 of these bad boys? Like, you might as well call yourself not Marineland and like whale killing sanctuaries where whales and dolphins are brought in to be murdered. Cause like one I could understand, okay, he's just whatever, she's just whatever. Like 14, God, it's like you're man. Quit killing whales, man. They're beautiful, intelligent animals. And also, I guess it's the old supply and demand. If people didn't want to go see beautiful giant wet mammals turning tricks so that their kids who got snot on their face and are just dripping ice cream all over the floor and oh, the whale is so cool, man, and walks into a pool. That kid, if it wasn't for the demand, there wouldn't be a supply. So who's the real culprit? And we're all in it together. Once again, the analogy of where does the asshole begin and where does it end comes to mind. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, the workers of the world unite in a non-communist manner before the inevitable invasion of the robots. Because, boys and girls, ladies and gents, the robots are taking over. I saw a little video. Robotic pilot. They're ready to be flying jets and planes and shit. Pro of this situation is that if you have a robot pilot, it is not going to ask for wages. It won't get tired. It will not stop and lay over, let's say in Tokyo, snort a couple of lines, drink a little bit of whiskey, and bang your wife or a hooker? Who knows? It won't happen, I'll tell you that. It will, you know, under a terrorist attack, it will not show any emotions. It will just be like, I don't care. I'm a robot, you know, program me however you like. And, you know, so like dead. But behind those emotionless, dead light bulbs that we call eyes for robots, there will be, the pro of this is that in case of a terrorist attack, he or it will record everything. So should the plane go down and every human on that plane dies, which is sad, fucking sad, we could probably pick up the remains of the robot pilot and use him as a black box in addition to the already existing black box, which I don't know how black boxes really work. Why is it there should be just be a guy with a giant camera from the 80s just in a corner and every fucking airplane. Why do we get a black? Oh, okay, I guess because if he dies, but the old school camera wouldn't die. Create more jobs is all I'm saying. The point is, these fucking robots are coming in, and the con of this bad boy, guess what? Billions of people around the world are gonna be fucking disappointed and crying because they're now, you know, their desires, their fantasies of banging a hot fucking airplane pilot out the window, son. Daughter, cousin, grandma, aunt, uncle, second cousin removed twice. What did you do for them to remove you twice, dude? God. Point is, no more of those sexy fantasies, because guess what? Beep bop beep boop is taken over. Which sucks, dude. Which sucks major dick. So long gone are the days where you used to hear it's your captain speaking on a fucking microphone. It's gonna be it's your captain speaking, which is like, shut it off, you know? So the point is, and the worst part of this is, if there's a terrorist attack that goes down, because normally when terrorist attacks up in airplanes went down, you'd have the pilot and the co-pilot, the captain and the co-captain. And in certain scenarios, you'd have a captain who would say to the co-captain, take the wheel, I'll be back. And that's when he starts creeping and crawling in all the secret airplane compartments and ventilation systems. He'd creep and crawl on his belly, and using his good looks, his nicely tucked in pilot t-shirt, he'd crawl, and using his beautiful scent that I don't know what he wears, but he smells nice. And also his training in the secret martial art of grab macaque. He would slip and slide and one by one take out all the fucking terrorists. Hachka! Wah! And at the end, he would return to the cockpit, and with only one button unbuttoned from all the fucking scuffles that went down, he would say, ladies and gentlemen, it's your captain speaking. Everything's under control and this plane's gonna land today. And everybody soon removed their oxygen breathing things, masks, that dropped from the ceiling, because where else would they fucking drop from? Think about it. And the panic would dissipate and everybody would go into a slow motion fucking clap. That's our fucking captain. And once again, stability is restored. People were moved to the point where they couldn't stop clapping. Seagulls who had fucking plans of running into the engine and setting themselves on fire just for shits and giggles said, you know what? These guys just went through a lot. Not today. Also fucking slow clapped. Seagulls fucking slow clapped. The airplane got emotional and it fucking started to clap. UFOs driving by, just making all sorts of preconceived notions about humanity because like they've been studying us and shit. They're like, maybe there is hope. And with their jelly-like tentacle hands, they started to fucking clap. And he's like, you know what? Let them live under earth. And then another one laughed and chuckled and using his jelly-like tentacle arms tapped the other one on the back and is like, go one, their planet. And then they all laughed. Just like that. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. It is the 27th of August. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram, follow me there. On YouTube, subscribe. And get your friends and family to subscribe too. It wouldn't hurt you. It could benefit you in all forms. In different places of your life where you never thought it would benefit you. You like benefits, right? Think of this as the happy ending that never was. Think of this as like a good massage parlor that will lead to a lot of happy endings. Exactly like that. Very similar vibes. Think of this as whatever you like to think of, because that's your opinion, and I like you to think for yourself at the end of the day. And check out patreon.com/RobCedric, and that's where you can physically support the show. Subscribe on YouTube. I said that once again, just reminding. Follow me on Instagram if you like, baby boys and baby girls. All right, doggies, go get your dick sucked. Go get that clit licked, and I'll see you guys and gals back here again on next Sunday, where we pick it up and fucking dribble. Love y'all. Take care of yourselves. I'll try to do the same. Peace out.